Sorry, my storage cut out. But there are always going to be people who are going to be like a net benefit on your life. And I'm not saying this in some kind of transactional way, right? You don't make friends just because you want to use them and, use them to advance to a certain point in your life, to make you more successful or something. It's not like that. But I'm just talking about people who are just good for you, right? And you can do the same in your life too. They help you grow and they help you grow. Like, honestly, when someone is capable of so much, right? When you are capable of so much and you have so much potential, like what is the point of wasting time on making friends? But that's kind of just like ignorant to think that way. Because when someone else has lived their entire life and they have so much perspective, so much insight, right? And just having someone else that's not, your own voice in your head, someone that's like pushing you, telling you what to do, keeping you in check, that's irreplaceable. And if you think that you don't need any of that and that you're above all that, maybe if you're really that guy, you're probably right, but most likely you're not. And even then, right, even if you're that guy, there's another person that's that guy. Yeah, and just thinking that you're always better than everyone else is just narcissistic, right? So I think I started to realize that I was just trying to be alone for the sake of being alone. And I thought when I was with I was always with someone, with a friend, with my girl, like I wasn't getting anywhere. So now I had to be alone to really progress. But that's just not true. Recently, I had a time where I was kind of in a bad state. And I never really had this like experience before. Or at least not in a long time. But I kind of just really needed someone to talk to. Right? And if you don't have that in your life, that's great. Or I think sometimes you're kind of always some people are always in a state of comfort. That was me in the past, right? They're not really pushing themselves, right? They're not uncomfortable. And they don't really feel like they maybe need anyone to talk to, right? About anything serious. But I was like in a bad state. I was kind of like struggling and I couldn't really do it alone. I needed someone to talk to. And I didn't really have that many people to reach out to, right? But there was one guy I reached out to, right? My best friend. And even though we don't talk that much, he was always there for me. And legit just talking to him and him listening just made me feel so much better. So yeah, I think to answer my question from earlier, how lonely should you be? I think right in the middle, or somewhere in the middle, probably closer to the lonely side is probably the sweet spot. It's always quality over quantity. You don't want to surround yourself with too many people. And, a lot of people that expect a lot from you. They always want you to hang out. They want you to come out. They want you to play games. That kind of stuff. But you just need a few people that'll really keep you in check and be honest and push you to be the best person that you could ever be. And it's a lot of times when you might need help and they're gonna help you up and you're gonna help them up. Right? And that's how you become even more effective than you ever could have been alone. Right? Trying to help yourself up out of a hole is so much harder than having someone help you. Right? When everyone's helping each other, you get more than 100% done. So, yeah, definitely have some really good friends that you can really stick to, that are really loyal, that are there when you need it. And don't be afraid to reach out, you know? You don't want to have like just one friend though, right? And then you're always burdening them. Or just like, all you have is your partner and you have no other friends, right? You gotta have, you know, a small but reliable circle. And I think that's how you're gonna get far in life. Yeah. And I gotta take that advice too, because I kind of need to start building up that circle. I just came from a place where, not a place, but like, a point in my life where I kind of pushed everyone away. And some of it was good. And some of it was not correct. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you.